Hello, my name is Dr. Catherine Molyneux. I am the Deputy Dean for Education over here in Malta, and I would like to welcome you to Barts and the London School of Medicine and Dentistry Open Day. So Queen Mary University of London has a history of achievement and academic excellence. It is part of the Russell Group of Universities, which represents the leading UK universities through world-class research and world-class education. The medical school is led by a team of very enthusiastic doctors who have a passion for medical education. Our goal is to prepare you to become a knowledgeable doctor with the empathy and the expertise required. We want our students to have the educational background and the practical clinical skills to be able to choose from many of the diverse roles that medicine can provide. So Barts in the London has a very rich history and tradition. We've been educating medical students for many years. We were formed in 1995 by a merger of a medical school from St Bartholomew's Hospital and the medical school from the Royal London Hospital. So these two institutes are steeped in tradition of educating medical students. So in 1995, after the merger, we became St Bartholomew's and the Royal London School of Medicine and Dentistry, later just known more simply as Barts and the London. And recently, since 2017, we have started to deliver the very same course over here in Malta. So now I'd like to talk to you a little bit more about the medical course and also about why we chose Malta. So why did we choose Malta? So Maltese government were very interested and approached us about this project. Malta has a very long history of healthcare excellence, and the medical system is modelled on the UK system. They currently have an upgrade and they want to expand their medical care, and we had an opportunity to be part of this step change. So Malta has two languages, two official languages, and English is one of those, with over 88% of people speaking English. We have excellent links to Europe, and of course Malta and Gozo, its smaller and more beautiful sister, are very beautiful Mediterranean islands. So we now have a brand new medical school building, which is the QMUL Malta campus. It is a state-of-the-art medical school building which has been built specifically to help us deliver the high-quality medical education. We have a state-of-the-art clinical skills simulation centre with communication skills, a large lecture theatre, other lecture theatres, lots of seminar rooms, lots of breakout spaces for the students to use in their free time. We have a fully equipped student common room, and also on the roof we have a marvellous rooftop cafe which has the best views which are across Gozo. This medical school, importantly, is in the grounds of Gozo General Hospital, which means that we have a huge amount of interaction with the doctors that are working in the hospital, which is excellent for our medical education. We also have an additional building, and this is the Anatomy Centre. This was formally opened by the Prime Minister in 2018, and this is a wonderful big space, very light space, which is excellent for teaching our students anatomy. So the Anatomy Centre is divided into two areas. What you can see in the pictures on this slideshow are the stations. So these stations are where students will use models and prosections and videos to help them learn the anatomy. But we also have a dissecting suite, and every student has the opportunity to do cadaveric dissection to help them in their learning of anatomy. So where are we located? Well, what you can see here is on the left, you can see a map of Gozo, and there's a picture of Victoria. So we are located in Victoria, which is the main city in Gozo. And what you can see on the other map is you can see a map of Malta. So what you can see here are the other hospitals, which are Karen Gregg Hospital, Mount Carmel Hospital and Mater Dei Hospital. And this is where some of your clinical placements will take place. So now I'm going to give you a very quick overview of our medical course. This is our block timetable. At first glance, this can seem extremely complicated, but what it shows is what our students do throughout the 5 years of the course. So I can show you here in year 1 at the top, you can see that the students start off with the fundamentals of medicine, and then they go on to do a number of modules: cardiorespiratory, metabolism, locomotor, brain and behaviour, human development. So this year is called Systems in Health. But what students have in the first year is they meet their first patient. And so the students will have a day, a fortnight, where they go out into clinical practice and they start to understand how healthcare systems work. In year 2, the students repeat the same modules, but they start to look at subjects in a clinical context and start to learn about pathology. So where year 1 is called Systems in Health, year 2 is called Systems in Disease. So we call this a spiral curriculum, where students revisit the same modules in year 1, year 2, year 3, and year 4 and 5. But each time they layer on their knowledge, and so this helps them to develop and understand and revisit subjects to make sure that by the time the students reach year 5, they have consolidated their knowledge and that they are very well prepared to become foundation doctors. So the first year is called Systems in Health. All students start off on a 9-week module called the Fundamentals of Medicine. This is an opportunity for students, no matter what their educational background, to review some of the things that they will have done at A level, but it's to bring all students up to a level playing field. Following that, CR, cardiorespiratory. This is a module that's very much based on the cardiovascular and respiratory system. Then metabolism is a lot about the gut and biochemistry. Then the locomotor system is very anatomy heavy, learning about bones and muscles and tissues, joints. BB is brain and behaviour. This is where students will start to learn about neurology and human development. What you'll also see are two-week blocks, and these are called the SSC. And the SSC is something that we're very proud of. It's the student selected component. And this is where students are able to choose their own projects, and we provide a number of different projects that students can perform, many of them in the clinical environment. So here is a picture of our very first cohort, and there you can see a quote from Sophie, who used to be our staff president, and hopefully you will get the opportunity to meet many of these students, and they are very enthusiastic to act as mentors to younger students who are joining us. So a little bit more about what happens after graduation. This is very important. Students who graduate from the MBBS Malta course are doing the same course as the London course. This is the same qualification and it is the same certificate, and they'll be ready to practice as foundation year doctors. Junior doctor positions will be also available in Malta. So students can either choose to go to the UK or the EU, or they can choose to stay in Malta. Students who choose to go back to the UK, however, will require the correct visa. We are working hard to make sure that our degrees are recognised internationally. So it is also important for students to make sure that the country where they want to practice recognises our degree. I would like to thank you for joining us, and I hope you find the rest of this open day very productive.